Fit in 10 Nation. It is day 15 of the Fit in 10 Challenge, and I'm going to get right into more of some of your questions. The next question here is a great one, and it's how does food affect your mood? Somebody wrote me and said, listen, since I've changed my diet, I noticed that I have more energy and my mood is better. Well, you know, there could be a good reason for that. I'm sure there is. When you increase things like protein, fat in your diet, that helps to elicit more acetylcholine and dopamine in the brain. And when you eat things like carbohydrates, you elicit more serotonin. This is going to make you a little bit, well, it may make you feel good. It'll make you a bit sleepy and groggy and tired feeling. All right, so it could be especially, there's one of the, rest in peace, one of my favorite coaches that I follow, a guy named Charles Poliquin. He's been around forever, really, really intelligent guy. He has something called the Meat and Nuts Breakfast, and that breakfast was sort of famous for, you know, getting the brain primed in the morning because it raised acetylcholine and dopamine, which help with motivation and help with clarity and help with focus, and give you a feeling of energy. Now, that feeling of energy is not like energy in terms of calories, but energy in terms of the right neurotransmitters of the brain. Okay, so I hope that's probably what's going on here. So yeah, I mean, diet will affect your mood tremendously. And in fact, you know, I was listening to Chris Kresser the other day. He's a functional medicinal doctor down in Southern California, very popular, and he was talking about treating kids that, you know, are like have ADD and are just extremely they can't control them essentially, and just changing their diet. It didn't make a small change; it made a dramatic change in the child's behavior just from changing the diet. Now, that was a little bit more specific because the one child he was talking about in particular, or one case he was talking about in particular, this child was, I think, had some intolerances or some things that led to some gut issues that really caused him to act up, in terms of like the whole enteric system, the connection of the brain and the gut. Okay, which is a whole other topic on its own. So yes, food can change our moods more than we think, like a lot more than we think. Okay, all right. Next question: do HIIT workouts count as interval training? Yes, they do. Perfect way to do your interval training. Go to one of our HIIT classes. We offer 9 per week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. We've got 30-minute sessions. So we got one at 7, one at 7:40, and one at 8:20. Okay, that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Sunday we have one at 8, one at 8:40, and then one at 9:20. Okay, half an hour HIIT classes. Okay, and for those of you who want clarity in terms of if you're doing our regular classes, what does it take to meet the prerequisites of this challenge? Do 2 lift camps and 3 boot camps. That's 2 lift camps and 3 boot camps to make up the total amount of workouts for meeting the challenge. Okay, that is 2 lift camps and 3 boot camps. Okay, if you want just cardio, do the HIIT classes. Okay, 9 of them per week. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Very, very short and sweet here, you guys. Long-term consistency. This is the message of the day. Long-term consistency over short-term perfection. Long-term consistency over short-term perfection. You've heard me say this before. Although I do want you to work towards perfection, I do want you doing the absolute best that you can do. Okay, which is better than what you're doing. Okay, this includes me too. Okay, I'm not singling you guys out here. We can all do better, right? We always want to think, how can we do better? Because we can do better. We can do so much better. All right, but more importantly, let's just try to do something where we are consistent, right? So think long-term consistency over perfection. Don't try to do anything extreme, and don't exhaust yourself either. Okay, Just think more about what you can sustain for long term. That is the most important thing. That is the goal with this challenge, by the way. It's giving you some tools that will help you with long-term consistency. Okay, nothing extreme, only things that are sustainable. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Scan calendar is coming in the next few days, all right? I'll talk to you soon. See you guys. Submit, commit, right?